Hi, John and Carolyn. Here in Golden, BC at Canadian Timber Frames. We gave you an update a week or two ago with your timber being cut from our sawmill and on our K2 machine having all the CNC joinery produced. So I thought I would just do a little video and let you see a little bit more about your exciting project here in the beautiful Rocky Mountains of BC. Right now what we're doing, you've had the antique finish included in your frame that gives us that circle sawn look that you folks wanted. To help us set the pitch and allow us to take off some of the fur or splinters as we call them, we do a little bit of a burning with a torch. And then after that, we'll do a wire wheel and a polypropylene wheel to take off all of the excess splintering and loose material. The burning also gives us just a little bit more of the texture and the look of the grain. So we've got the flat grain side, but what really looks cool is when we get into a face grain side where we almost get that topographical map look on the wood fiber. So what we'll do is we'll go inside, look at some of your timber that now have been burnt and brushed and ready to be stained, and we'll look at the folks inside doing some staining work. So we're inside our staining area of our facility. We've got some of that burnt and brushed timber ready to be stained and clear coated. All the joinery's been done. Any handwork and specific joinery or detailing that can't be done on our CNC machine gets done here. This has been burnt, brushed, sanded. It's beautiful. Although it's rough, it's actually quite smooth to the touch. What we're trying to do is create a look of that antique circle sawn finish, but we don't want people getting splinters or having any of that finish come off when the material's moved. So these are small brace components. They'd be mounted to the outside of your house. Knee braces, posts, little brackets for exterior overhangs. Over here we have rafters and some of the material that has first coat staining. So John and Carolyn, if you remember, we've got two coats of stain, two different colors of stain on your project. We've got an exterior color and an interior color. So espresso and teak, we keep all of our stain colors for our people that are staining different projects on our board up here. So we have a mix of espresso and teak, which is going to look phenomenal. Here we've got one coat of stain started on material. Again, these are components for those little upright bracket pieces. These are beams, markings for rafters. Everything is numbered, pre-drilled. We have posts and some plates over here. So this is where the timber really comes to life. We've got some color on the timber. It still looks a little chalky because there's no glossy clear coat. We do two sides at a time so we can flip the raw side so it doesn't get marked. But this is a good example of the color we're going to get, but not that rich finish where we're going to get clear coat. So over here we're getting to more of the finished product. A nice clear coat. You can see the color becomes a little bit darker, a little bit more rich and finished, almost that wet appearance. So this is the teak color. Some of the larger beams, all the joinery's been done, everything's prepped, stained on all four sides, ready for a clear coat. So what we've got here, as you can see, is the center or the pith of the log would be here. We break the log down, and this is considered a free of heart component. So the center of the log's not here. Checking these minor cracks, standard in a timber, actually happen radially. So if you do a Freehart timber, what you're doing is reducing the circumference of the surface and reducing the checking. On larger components, it's not as much of an issue. We've got an air-dried timber here. You can see that beautiful natural checking, that dryness. This timber is stable. It's done what it's going to do in its log form. Then we rough cut it. When I sent you an update a couple weeks ago, we still had it on large sticks outside drying further, but it's stable, beautiful #1 and better Douglas fir, tight grain, 15, 16 growth rings an inch. You can't find it anywhere else. The Columbia Valley, the wet belt, grows super slow. Takes forever for Mother Nature to make these beautiful timbers, but exceptional product for your home. So, final clear coat. Audrey is doing even the end grain where we wax the finish. All the end grain gets sealed so that any moisture that comes out of the end grain where it's more likely to dry quicker, we want to slow that process down. So a paraffin-based wax is applied to the ends just to seal it. But as you can see, there's a little bit of gloss on here. We've used the Sanson ENS finish on top of the stain. Final end grain waxing. These will dry for 24 more hours, and then they'll be packaged in our packaging area to have everything wrapped, ready to send to Ontario. So finished product, ready to be packaged, comes off our horses, comes down to a staging area where we're then going to package so that it's efficiently transported, safely transported, and packed a little bit so it can be a little bit more efficiently put on trucks and shipped. Your finished product here, we've got some valley rafters, columns, and everything is just final, ready for shipping. So we're at the end of the process. We've got material that you've watched get cut and CNC joinery installed on the timber. We have planed and done our antique finish and final staining. We're here now outside where all our packages are. As you can see, we've got many projects that are stored here over the course of the summer. We've got also in the background the beautiful Columbia mountain chains to our west, and behind me we've got the Rocky Mountains to the east. So this is actually the final project for your project, John and Carolyn. So everything has been packaged and labeled, quality controlled, and we're ready to put it on trucks in approximately 3 weeks to ship it to Ontario. We know you've got concrete going in the ground, things are progressing out there, so we're excited. This is the beginning of your timber frame project that's stored now, ready to be shipped. So everything is on dunnage, OSB protection on the top and bottom. We've got all of the weights, the measures, every component that's listed by number, by size, by length, who packaged it, who QC'd it, is on the outside. So none of these bundles have to be broken out until your builder wants to get inside and pull the individual timber. So it's weatherproof, it's ready to be shipped, it's ready to be stored safely by your builder on your site. And I guess the next pictures we're going to see is your timber frame going vertical in Ontario. So we're excited to see that, and we are looking forward to a great project.